want to be a socialite. I want to network. I want to go to charity events. I want to go to expensive dinners. I want to go to Martha's Vineyard for the film festival. I want to vacation in St. Bart's, go to F1, go to Monaco.
Can I be honest? I think somewhere along the way we confuse looking peaceful with actually being at peace. I personally feel like the soft life became more of a brand rather than a lifestyle. And all of these things are fine. Of course, it does help towards your wellness and your mental health. However, it's an issue when you're over consuming and when you just have all these products and all these items, but none of it's actually working for you. We just got so used to the aesthetics and so used to the aesthetic routines. But if your nervous system is still sitting in survival mode, I promise that is not soft life, it's stress. And then we look at all these aesthetics, but honestly, peace does not always look aesthetic. Peace comes with healing, peace comes with feeling uncomfortable, peace comes with um, going through your toughest times, maybe pushing through trauma, maybe going to therapy. It could be a lot of different things, but peace means healing yourself. But the soft life doesn't promote that part. They don't show the part when you're crying by yourself. They don't show the part when um you're having a breakdown, or when you're having that awakening moment. It doesn't really promote all of those things. It doesn't promote, how you're doing Pilates but you're struggling to get through the routine, or you're walking on a treadmill every day but you have a day that you skip. The soft life just doesn't promote those things. It doesn't show the days when you're not okay. It just shows the days when you are okay. But that's not what the real soft life is. That's not what it's supposed to be. To me, soft life is similar to the slow living aesthetic. They're pretty much both the same, but it's more so like not overworking yourself and doing things that makes you happy, healing, wellness. That's what the real soft life is. It's not about luxury and aesthetic routines. We are all human. We all have our off days. So the soft life just promotes more so, and this only speaks on the aesthetic, not soft life in general. But the aesthetic more so promotes on to the perfect life and the perfect routine and having all these luxury items. But that's not what it is. Sometimes soft life is cooking at home. Sometimes soft life is bonding and spending time with your family. It can be relaxing, taking a nap, sitting in silence, meditation, yoga. Journaling is also part of the soft life. As long as you're not just over consuming, buying all these journals, barely writing in them, but just getting all these cute journals for the aesthetic of it. Going to therapy. And sometimes it could just be saying no when you need to, setting your boundaries. And I get it why so many people follow the aesthetic of the soft life, mean luxury and all these dark rooms and just a bunch of nonsense. I get it, but understand that's the aesthetic. That's the aesthetic of a person's video. That's the aesthetic of not even always that person's lifestyle. They're just kind of romanticizing it by making a video look good. But that's a big issue because social media rewards what looks calm instead of what's actually healing. Healing is messy. Healing is boring sometimes. Healing can be uncomfortable. Healing can be repetitive. Healing could be healing your trauma. Healing could be healing your body, healing your mind. And sometimes it could be isolation. If I could say the softest thing I've ever done, it was never really buying anything that was expensive. It wasn't the expensive skincare. It wasn't any of that. It was really teaching my body that it does not have to stay in survival mode. It was learning to rest when I need to, listening to my mind, listening to my body. I really been enjoying the simple things of life and just making my goals more simpler as well. Just resting more and making sure I get enough sleep, not rushing in the morning, making sure that I am enjoying my mornings and having more slower mornings just before I start my day. Taking that time out to spend more time with my family, being grateful for the family that I do have and the friends that I do have. Taking my time when I'm cooking. I don't know why it was, but when I was cooking, I was rushing. Just cleaning, I was rushing. And I just started to slow down more so that way I could just enjoy more of the little moments. And that just kind of put me more into my soft life. And that made me realize that a lot of the soft life is just an aesthetic, because the little things like that is a real soft life. Being at peace, being calm, being healed, not having to feel like you're in survival mode all the time. Being outside of survival mode is healing. I know that I'm a creator at heart, so doing little things like this just makes me feel at peace, whether there's a bunch of people watching or not. Just little things like this just makes me feel more at peace because I'm a creator. I'm also a person with a big heart, and I just love to help others and help people. So me sharing my gift to the world, that's part of my soft life. Being able to write, I love writing. Writing is part of my soft life because it's just something I enjoy. Building my home is part of my soft life because your home is technically your safe space. You're supposed to be able to live in a place where you feel safe and you feel calm and you feel happiness, you feel joy. The outside world can be so crucial and so toxic sometimes that when you're at home, that should be where you feel at peace. That should be your safe space. So you should create a sanctuary based on what's peace to you, what feels calm to you. Keep your space clean, keep your space feeling calm, and just surround yourself with things that make you happy. Things that make me happy is simple things, candles, just little things like that can just set the tone for your home. And then when I say that I stopped chasing bigger goals and just started making simpler goals, I don't mean that I gave up on my dreams or my goals or the life that I want and the things that I want. No, I didn't just completely throw it away. However, I just started romanticizing the simple and small things that I do have today and being grateful for the things I have today more rather than having my mind overthink and just be stuck in survival mode of trying to get this thing that can take years to get. So I started focusing more on what can I do today? What can I do tomorrow? Just the simple things and just making sure I enjoy the things that I have now as well. But what's one small step I can take today towards this future goal? What's one thing I can do today to get to that place or get to that goal? What's the everyday routine or what's the discipline that I can develop today so that way when I get there I can make sure I can maintain it and keep it. So it's just little things like that, but it's not really giving up on your goals. It's just more so slowly working towards it. I call it gentle goals, setting more gentle goals. So that way you're not overstressed, you're not overwhelmed, and you're not overthinking and just put yourself stuck in the survival mode to the point where you start to feel this thing called burnout. And burnout can be real and burnout can be serious. Even at work, you can develop burnout. I developed extreme burnout from work, just calling myself, accepting every project, and just working my way up the ladder and just accepting anything they threw at me just so that way I can continue to get promoted and I can get promoted for this and promoted to that and then hopefully climb my way all the way up the corporate ladder. But I realized that's not even what I want anymore. I just want to be able to slowly work my way to where I want to be, but also enjoy where I am today and just be able to celebrate myself and celebrate the things that I did accomplish rather than just always work, work, work. Because one thing I learned is that one day you're going to wake up and you're going to realize you spent so much time working that you forgot to live, or you spent so much time trying to accomplish this big goal, and then once you finally hit it, it's not even what you wanted anymore, or it's not what you thought it would be, or maybe it's just that you worked so many years trying to climb up this ladder and get to this big goal that you forgot to be thankful for where you are. I never want to be that woman or that lady that's laying on her deathbed and I just feel like I missed so much out on life because I spent so much time putting into a job or just putting so much time into a goal that I never got to live life or I never got to live. So I think exiting survival mode and making sure your nervous system is healed is part of a soft life. Wellness is part of a soft life, but taking your time with it, not this aesthetic, not this routine that you have to do every day. Just little things, you can take care of your skin without spending $300, $200. You can smell good without having to spend $200 on a perfume. You can still have that soft life, and you can still follow the soft life aesthetic, but it just kind of becomes crazy when you're just doing all these things for the aesthetic, but you're not actually healed and you're not actually at peace with yourself. To me, soft life is more so make sure your nervous system is relaxed, and make sure that you're not living in a survival mode, and make sure that when you're going to follow these aesthetics, or you're going to do this and you're going to do that, is it because it's something that you want to do? Is it because it's something that you feel as though may actually help you become at peace? Or is it just because it's a trend, it's an aesthetic, and you're going to do a video about it, or you're going to post a video about it? And I just feel like maybe we've been chasing the appearance of peace that we forgot to experience it. Like if nobody saw your life, for an entire month, would you still feel soft? So think about that question the next time you're about to do a skincare routine, or the next time you're about to go to Pilates and you're just paying this expensive membership every month for Pilates that you don't even enjoy. There's other workout routines. You don't have to do Pilates just because it's an aesthetic or just because it's a trend. Do things that you actually enjoy and that would actually work for you. Sometimes dancing is a workout. You can dance to work out if that's something you enjoy and love to do. Going on walks is a workout if that's something you love to do. You don't have to follow these aesthetics or these trends or just what everybody else is doing or what everybody else is romanticizing. Do what works for you and do what keeps you calm and keeps your nervous system down. Do what keeps you out of survival mode and just puts you at peace. And I promise you will start to feel so much more healed and so much more grounded and calm, to where you won't even care what other people are doing or what other people are saying or what's the trend, what's not the trend, what's the aesthetic. You would just feel so much more calmer. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and also let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Bye.